What do you do when you're anxiously waiting for an answer to a question? How do you handle that uncertainty? Hello, I'm Judith Davis. The worst experience of uncertainty for me was the time my young daughter was hospitalized with what her pediatrician thought was a fatal disease. After 2 days of testing, the results showed that her condition wasn't fatal, and in fact, she'd soon recovered completely. But during those 2 days, as I waited by her bedside, I was racked with anxiety. When I'd go to the hospital cafeteria for a meal, I couldn't eat. I had a cot beside her bed, but I couldn't sleep. Was her illness fatal? Was it benign? When the anxiety about the fatal possibility would become too great, my mind would switch to the thought that maybe everything would be okay. But because that thought seemed too risky to hope for, my mind would switch back to the fearful prospect. When you're waiting for the answer to a question, you're uncomfortable not only because of the anxiety, but also because your mind is going back and forth about the answer. There's no escape from the discomfort. Your mind is oscillating and it doesn't stop. There are many situations of uncertainty. Will I get the promotion? What if I don't? You first may imagine getting the promotion, but the idea that you might not becomes so disturbing that your mind switches to the alternative. So you imagine not getting the promotion, but that feels so disappointing that your mind switches back to the possibility that you will get it. This switching goes back and forth, on and on, until you learn the answer. And the uncertainty causes an ongoing, uncomfortable disturbance in the mind. Will I get the raise or won't I? Am I going to be laid off or not? Is this spot benign or is it malignant? Back and forth until you learn the answer. Will she say yes for a date or won't she? Will he propose tonight or won't he? When you have a situation like one of these, why suffer as I did? An inner guide can solve this discomfort. What's an inner guide? It's a unique mental pathway that you can create in your mind that can relieve stress and, over time, end uncomfortable emotions such as anxiety, depression, anger, guilt, and shame. I wish I'd had my inner guide during that time of extreme stress and anxiety. If you already have an inner guide and are doing meditation or self-hypnosis regularly, your inner guide is already helping you with these situations. If you haven't yet acquired your inner guide, I offer a free resource that can enable you to do so. Just click the link below and let me know how it's going for you. I'll be glad to help if you'd like.